so we heard about the Spartan races. There's a couple more still coming up. Our Iron Angel is going to actually help us get some ideas of training and how to kind of get set for something like this. And then pretty much how many baths you need, because you said you had mud on you for days afterwards, right?
Yes, yes. And I mean, on your back, in my ears, I was cleaning up. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
And then people go, why do you do something like this?
Because it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I feel good after doing it. I mean, it was so fun. I did it both days. I mean, anyone can do this.
I can't believe it. And I said, you know, there must have been different, you know, races, and you're like, no, there were that many people in our city that were looking to do this. So over 6,000, so they had to break it up into heats and into people going through. So very cool. All right, so some of the things that you like to work on with your clients, because you have a lot of your clients now that are doing
these races with me, and they're all gung-ho for next year as well. So there's always, when I do, like, we do Spartan training, there's always kettlebells in it. Kettlebell is like it's the fountain of youth. It really is. I mean, if you can lift and swing and snatch and work with a kettlebell, you're going to stay young forever. You're going to be strong. You're just going to set yourself up to feeling better for, you know, right well into your 30s and 40s.
That's a big kettlebell. I mean, so, I'm thinking I'm going to go pick up this little yellow one. Yeah, that's crazy.
This is the one I work with and I teach with. So I always like to have swings. Swings are the basis of all kettlebell movement. So anytime you can engage the core, because the main thing is, as we get older, it's our backs that we have a lot of issues with. Swinging a kettlebell is just going to strengthen that. It's going to strengthen your core, and it's going to work on your back. So it's just going to set you up for an easier life altogether. So those are my alternating swings. Love them, lots of fun. Any kind of swing is fun. So from last year's race, because I did it last year, so I took a lot of, you know, I remembered, okay, what do we do? Now, the hills were the main thing. This year we were lucky it was very flat. So last year, one of our obstacles was a tire about this size, maybe not even. And you had to run
I love how
up
she
a
does
hill.
this barefoot. Up a hill with the tire.
Up a hill with the tire, and then you had to run down. So what I did with my clients is, my people, I call them my people. Shout out to my people. So I call them, anyways, we grabbed our tires, and where we live in Carleton Place by a riverside, right behind CPHS, it's a little hill. So I had them running up and down the hill with these tires.
Okay.
So it's probably,
it's just also the
awkward.
It's awkward.
That's
I mean, it's different when you run with like a pack or something.
Yep.
It's an awkward to run with a tire.
And that's, I think, the whole thing about the Spartan Race is putting you in a situation where it's a little awkward and you just have to work through it, or you're uncomfortable. Like, we had sandbags. We had to carry like a brick, like a big cinder block. And I mean, I was lucky. I have one of my clients, he's a mason. So he brought cinder blocks. I'm like, all right, guys, this is what this station is. You pick up your cinder block. You can carry it however you want, but I highly recommend you put it on your shoulder. And that's the same with the race. I mean, knowing I did it, and even the second day, people that were around me, all right, guys, this is what's coming up next, get ready. And people were like, oh, this is awesome. She knows what's coming up. So the cinder blocks, if you can put anything on your shoulder, it's going to make your life a lot easier. And that, again, strong core, strong back.
So essentially find something around your house that's uncomfortable and heavy to pick up and train with that. And then what are you doing?
Pick it up overhead.
Right.
Put it overhead. And another exercise I like to do is holding it overhead, do some lunges, do some walking lunges.
You just lifted that up so easily. How did you get it up there?
I don't know, I just lifted it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do that a lot better.
I'm sure you could. If I can do it, you can do it.
It's different. It's not
awkward.
Something that you would normally pick up. So this is some things that people can have fun with if they're looking to try out for this.
You can have so much fun. And I mean, these are just things that I'm lucky I had a client said, oh, you want some tires? I've got some old tires. I'm like, I'll come get them.
Okay.
Anytime you put weight overhead, you engage the core. So I always try to get my people, you know what, guys? We're going overhead. Like, we'll take a kettlebell and we'll do what we call this the windmill squat. So anytime your arm nice and strong, my bones are nice and stacked, you go into a squat, I'm working every muscle from here to my toes. My toes are nice and gripped in the ground. Nice squat. Core, I've got my back is engaged, working nice, squeezing my glutes, firing my hamstrings. It's great.
This is the Iron Angel. She, of course, taking part in the Spartan Race, as did 6,000 of you around our region. There are a number of different races that are coming up. You might want to check their website for more information. One in Tremblant, one happening at Camp Fortune as well. We're going to head inside. I might need a bite to eat in the kitchen because this was an interesting kind of exertion of activity here. Jeff?